While I'm sitting here, I want to talk to black women again. I apologize. Very rarely have you ever seen me drink anything on one of my videos unless I was doing a smoothie or creating something and teaching you how to make a drink and what have you. But I have another interesting topic. What's the main reason black women don't get along with black men? Um, I'm going to preface this video, black ladies. And as I said in the earlier video, even though I'm talking directly to black women in this particular case, this can apply to other ethnic groups as well. But please don't take offense. Try not to take offense because it's not personal. It's just simply the truth. Now, follow me. Many years ago, and I'm not going to give you dates and things of this sort. I've done that in videos, several hundred videos ago. But many years ago, during the times of slavery in Virginia, there was a letter created called the Willie Lynch letter. And what this was an individual white man, Caucasian man, who was going around to slave owners at different plantations, teaching them how to control the black man as it relates to the black woman. And he set in motion a policy, a procedure, standard operational procedure, if you will, SOP, some call it, a methodology whereby the black woman was taught and groomed how to keep the black man under subjection. It worked. After being applied, this ideology, and during that time when Willie Lynch lived and he did this letter, the black woman compromised her morals and her love for her black man because her life was threatened and that of her children were threatened if she didn't comply with the rules. Now, while I'm talking about the Willie Lynch letter, I want you, ladies, and even you guys, to take a moment. If you have not already read it, you should have one in your library. If not, you need to get one and you need to read it. Take your time and sit down and absorb it. It can make you very upset and angry after you read it, but it's true. So during that time, fast forward to today, the vestiges of that still does exist. The Willie Lynch letter is still being carried out, its principles, in the black family and by the black woman against the black man. So she's always debating with the black man. We're supposed to have discussions in a relationship. We're supposed to do like Paul said in the scripture, come together and reason. The black woman has never been in the position to be over the black man in a relationship. She's not the man. That's why she's a female and he's a male. We both have individual roles, separate roles. One thing that we have in common is that our goal should be the same. Is to have a strong family unit. And we want to move forward and grow our family. From one generation to the next, to the next, to the next. As any other family would do. In any other ethnic group. But instead, the black women have been taught to hate the black man. to hate everything that he stands for. The black woman has been taught to turn against the black man, to debate with him, to argue with him every point, even though the things that he may be saying to her are logical and they're based in truth. But she was taught this. The system taught her this. And it's been handed down from generation to generation to generation. And it still lives today. That dissension between the black family, the black couple, the black marriage. And it's sad. So, what's crazy? I could probably be here for a while. I can even have a panel and talk about this probably for a couple hours. But what's crazy? Most of us have never had anything, have never had much of anything in terms of materialism, in terms of wealth, being black. And I use that term black loosely because that does not identify people, but since this is a common term throughout history that has been used to identify people of color in America and even across the world, who are also called African Americans and Negroes and so forth, I'm going to use it for the sake of argument. So when I say black, you know I'm talking about us. But it's sad how a dollar can change an individual's mind and persuade them to turn against someone that they're supposed to love. I'm talking about the black woman. It's all about money. Now, that doesn't mean, ladies, that you can't become a professional. It doesn't mean that you cannot aspire to greatness. It doesn't mean that you cannot pursue a higher level of education and try to better yourself. But you can't put yourself above your man. You just can't do it. You don't have a right to do that. It's not morally sound. It is not sound even by the laws of nature. We live in a patriarchal world, not matriarch. Women don't run the world. And it's never been that way in history. In the history of man, women have never run the world. It's always been men. Because the powers that be, the creator, the laws of nature, says that. And you cannot refute, you cannot dispute. However hard you try, you can't change what is a law of nature. And because oftentimes women want to, as Paul said, kick against the pricks, go against that thing which is already established, you make it hard on yourselves, ladies. Now, you black women that are listening to me right now, if you're in a relationship with a man, a black man, as a couple, girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband and wife, do you love him? Do you even know what love is? Hello? Please don't use the expression, I'm in love with him. What exactly are you saying when you say you're in love? Because if you're in love with that man, or you were in love with another man and you're no longer with that man anymore, can you fall in love with another man? It's impossible. Can't happen. Whatever happened to just simple, I love you. And that's it. And if something doesn't work out in your relationship down the road, the next individual that you come in contact with, that you hook up with, or that you marry or unite with, it will be the same again. I love you. But to fall in love and not love that person at some point throughout your relationship, it would mean that you fell out of love. So what was it that drew you there in the first place, and then all of a sudden it's not there anymore? Did you make a mistake? You see, you can't put it on a man all the time and say, well, that good for nothing, not guy, and and he's not making enough money, and he's not paying the bills, and he's not this, and he's not that. Ladies and gentlemen, women, black women, I'm talking to you right now. I said ladies and gentlemen because I want to get all of you all's attention that's watching me. But ladies, what part do you play? What are you bringing to the table? Your vagina? There are some women, I'm sorry, this brother teacher here, but there are some women that all they can bring to the table is their vagina. They don't have anything else to bring to the table. That's not all women. That's not all black women. But it is a significant amount of you. You're bringing your vagina to the table. You're using your sexuality to gain the man because you have low self-esteem. You don't believe that you have anything else to offer, and you want to play the game. I'm going to do myself up and make him think that I'm so wonderful, I'm so beautiful, and I'm going to try to say all of the right things, especially if he is a number 7 on the scale or a number 8. God forbid he be a 9 or a 10. He's way up there then. So you feel like in order to measure up to that man's standards, you have to masquerade as somebody that you're not. You would be surprised who accepts you for who you are. You should never look for money when you're entering into a relationship. The commonality that you should have with your man, ladies, is purpose. Not how much money does he make. What kind of car does he drive? How many rooms does he have in his house? Is he still married? That should be a qualifying question there, of course. But the same question should be for you as well. Is he still dealing with his past relationship? Are you, for that matter, dealing with your past relationship? Are you both laying everything level on the table when you meet, when you come together? You see, these are the things that should happen in the beginning of a potential relationship. So ladies, I'm asking you this question again. Why don't you get along with your man? Why haven't you gotten along with your man? Now, if you were in the room with me, I'll look you dead in your eyes. Why haven't you gotten along with the men that you've been with? First thing we want to do, like the OK Corral, we pointing fingers, we shooting up. It's your fault, you did this, you did that, and so forth. But what we never do, ladies, what you never do, you hardly ever do, and if you do it, it's a very small percentage of you. What you never do is point the finger at you. What did I do? Do you ask yourself, what part did you play? Or are you in denial? Why? Why don't you get along with the black man, ladies? It's money. If that's what you're looking for, you'll never be happy. You've heard the expression before. Money is the root of all evil. That's not the proper expression. That's not what the scripture says. The scripture said the love of money is the root of all evil. Ladies, do you love money? Because if that's your prerequisite for sustaining a relationship, what if he loses his job? What if he becomes handicapped and he doesn't make the money they used to? You're going to kick him to the side and find somebody else that can qualify from a financial standpoint? A lot of you do that, and a lot of you have done that. You'll never be happy. Not truly happy. A lot of you women are not happy because you have never known what happiness really is. It's not based on something you put in a wallet or a purse and you transfer between people for goods and services. Happiness is not based on that. That's only one small part of life. It's necessary to have finances. We all know that by now. We're big boys and big girls. We know it's necessary because that's what makes the world move. But what you're missing is the core element. Again, what you're missing is integrity. And what you're missing is respect for self. You see, the superficial things are not going to last at all. But what you feel about you, you will exude that same feeling outside of you to your mate, ladies. And if you have to pause it and then rewind what I just said again, do so. Some of this is spiritual, okay? It's to get you to think. What you feel about yourself, you're going to exude or push it out on your mate. He's going to see it. He's going to feel it. And he's going to know if he's really paying attention and he's not looking at you for other reasons, external reasons, sexual reasons, if he's a real man. But don't ever deny him that while I'm on that subject, just because he don't have the car that you want to drive, just because he didn't buy you the next cell phone, the iPhone 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 20, 50. It's not about that. You're silly. You're childish. Just because you have 10 pairs of shoes, you want 30 pairs of shoes. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to wake up and ask yourself, what do I really want in my relationship with this man? Not some fantasy. Not something that you saw on Love and Hip Hop, LA, New York. Not that stuff, because those things are fantasy. And if you're patterning yourself after those women, first of all, you're not on their level financially. While you're trying to be like someone that you're not. But if you're trying to pattern yourselves after them, you are in for a rude awakening. You're going to destroy every relationship that you will ever be in. And God forbid you're not in that many. So ladies, what's the moral of the story? If you want to have a quality man, black women, and all of you women, for that matter, if you want to have a quality man, and if you have expectations that are high for that man, you have to first be a quality woman and set your expectations for yourself high as well. And stop pointing the finger at him until you have actually first examined you. Don't get in a relationship until you get you together first. This is Brother Teacher. So long.